Growing up in Dayton, Ohio, Don Marsh dabbled a little bit in golf as a child, but his love for the game didn't take off until he took a caddy job at a local club as a teen.
When my next door neighbor who came over, we used to play wiffle ball golf between our 2 yards, and then evolved to playing golf, as a caddy and learning golf as a caddy. And, as a caddy, you get to caddy for good players and some players that aren't so good.
Marsh put together a strong senior year of high school, finishing with the lowest stroke average in the city, which helped him earn a scholarship to the University of Dayton. But he had his eyes set on Ohio State University. Marsh took a chance and decided to become a Buckeye and walk on to the golf team.
So that's where I really wanted to play. I had one scholarship offer to the University of Dayton, which it didn't qualify me to go to Ohio State. So I walked in and nobody knew me. Coach didn't know me, but fortunately, golf was something back then where you had to shoot a number and you could qualify, and I did, and I ended up lettering all 3 years.
After helping the Buckeyes win the Big Ten championship as a senior, Marsh would go on to serve in the U.S. Army as a helicopter pilot during the Vietnam War, where he was awarded the Distinguished Flying Cross, one of the highest honors a pilot can earn.
We had a mission that was pretty hot LZ. We were going in to take ammo to a unit that was under siege. They probably weren't going to make it through the night unless they got some ammunition. So we went in. What you did back then is they popped flares, because at night you couldn't see smoke, which is what you used to do when you went into an LZ. And I still remember, as we got closer to the LZ, one flare turned into two flares. Got probably 30, 40 feet off the ground, and I could see North Vietnamese uniforms. So I basically got his attention. We went over to the other flare, dropped everything off, but that was, we were fortunate to get out of there.
Once his service ended, Don began working for IBM. Over the next several years, he would take on roles in sales and marketing. In 1985, Marsh moved south to Georgia and joined Rivermont Golf Club in Johns Creek, where he quickly started winning multiple club championships.
Don chose Rivermont because he was down here before we brought the family down. And he went through the handicap sheets to see where the best players were. He went to Dunwoody and neighboring courses because we knew we wanted to be in the Roswell area. And we chose Rivermont because it had the best players for him to play with.
When Don became eligible for senior golf, his trophy case got quite large. As a regular competitor in GSGA competitions, his name would, more times than not, be featured at the top of leaderboards.
He made me a better player because I watched his dedication to playing and practicing. He was competitive the first time I ever met him. He wanted to beat your brains in, and that was good. I wanted to beat his brains in.
And if you watch Don swing, you'd never know. You'd think he's a 35-year-old swinging the golf club. He's just phenomenal.
He is just a competitor, and any time I've played with him, as I say, I've played with him well over 150 times, and there's never been a time where we've just gone off and had casual round. That's not Don. He wants to play, and he wants to play for something, and he always wants to play with it.
He's captured the Georgia Senior 4-Ball Championship 4 times, the Georgia Super Senior Championship 3 times, including the most recent playing in 2022, the Georgia Super Senior Match Play 3 times, including the 2023 edition this past April, and a Georgia Super Senior 4-Ball title. He's been honored as the GSGA Senior Men's Player of the Year and the GSGA Super Senior Men's Player of the Year multiple times as well.
He has evolved, I think, from the golfer that I knew originally to even a better player as a senior especially. He has one of those golf swings that's going to last for a long time. And I believe that's key to longevity in the game. And that's one of his strengths, is that he has been winning tournaments as a senior now for a very long time.
Marsh has also won on the national stage as well. His victories include wins at the National Senior Hall of Fame Championship, Golf Week Super Senior Match Play, Lupton Memorial Super Senior, Canadian Senior Match Play, and the Jones Cup Super Senior 4 times, among others.
Certainly, playing in a tournament and having a chance is what I like. If you're in 35th place, the last round, it's not near as much fun as being in the last group and knowing you have a chance. So I always like to compete.
He's still going strong. He's not ready to give it up yet. So I think we're going to see some more victories from Don down the road.
Don gives time back to the game by volunteering for the GSGA. He has served as a rules official for close to 2 decades, as well as serving on committees. Always striving to better the GSGA competitions program, Marsh was instrumental in creation of multiple events in Georgia, including the Super Senior Championship, Super Senior Floorball Championship, and the Senior and Super Senior Match Play Championships.
There are more good players in Georgia, the state of Georgia, than I think are any place in the country. And, when I started playing and meeting guys from different states, there were a lot of there was 1 or 2 good players in those states, but I don't think anywhere near they compared to what the talent and the competitiveness that Georgia has.
Don has sat in this very room as a guest at previous induction ceremonies, and now he gets to walk to the stage as the newest member of the Georgia Golf Hall of Fame.
Nobody, I think, deserves it more from the standpoint of the career that he's had. His senior career has been unparalleled, winning more than 40 tournaments, Player of the Year multiple times, but just such a quality person and a volunteer. I think it's a tremendous honor for Don, and I'm thrilled for him.
Number one, very deserving. Couldn't happen to a nicer guy and a more deserving guy. He's really a phenom to win as long as he has.
Don's character was getting him in here too, besides his playing levels and his skill. He's a man of impeccable character.
He's very humble. He's never been one to brag on what he has accomplished, and a lot of people don't know what he's accomplished. But to be in the company of the people who are in the Hall of Fame is just a very, very special honor.
I think it's an honor that I'm not sure how I deserve. Quite frankly, I got to be a fairly good senior golfer, and I've kind of stood the test of time, if you will, and so I feel like it's recognition that I never expected, but I'm really proud that people have seen fit to give me this.